Yo, 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 everybody.
Yo.
And welcome to Bev with the Best. The show where I pick the best guest, they pick the best bev, and we have the best sesh.
Yes, sir.
And as always, and as the title lets you know, the best is always going to be on the show. And I'm here with one of the best artists, rappers, producers, singer, songwriter.
Stop the glaze.
Yeah. Kiryano.
What's up, y'all? This shit crazy. This shit been a long time coming, bro. Me and Dalton been in this shit. You just moved to New York, bro, and finally got around to doing this.
Nah, really. Like, Kiryano is not just a longtime friend, but a longtime supporter of the channel. Because he actually filmed, fun fact of the day, he filmed the cooking video, the Jake part.
He cooked he cooked a whole steak and fucking eggs and bacon. The whole shebang.
Yeah, nah, and we almost caught this whole house on fire.
Yeah, bro, holy shit. That shit was crazy. I forgot about that.
Bro, I don't, focus, I just was, watching it catch on fire, and I just, watched you react for me.
Bro, we had, a little piece of, paper towel next to, the stove, and that shit literally caught on fire. And, yeah, you were just standing there. I was like, yo. And then, I'm pretty sure I, just grabbed the paper towel and just, squished it. And that shit worked, you know.
No, but...
And the video worked out well.
Yeah, I'm so glad that, we're here now. You're one of the first people I wanted to really get on, but it just happens. It just happens. But, what bev do we got today? I always forget about the bevs, but I'm getting better.
We got the Red Bull, and it's not just the regular Red Bull. It's the fucking flavored edition.
The summer.
Got the summer green flavor edition, Karuba elderflower, and you got hella different variations of this. But this is a pretty good one.
Right.
I drink this one. I drink this almost every day.
This is the standout.
Yeah, I need my caffeine. I drink this before working out sometimes, and that shit is just fire. And I like it way better than the regular Red Bull. The regular Red Bull is so it's difficult to just drink. But this is just
Wait, why is it difficult to drink?
It has a weird taste.
Word, I really liked it.
It has I don't know, a gasoline sort of taste.
What? That shit was gas. Gas as in gasoline as in gas.
Yeah, this is better in my opinion. This just tastes straight up like fruit.
Let me see this one.
I fuck with it. All right. You cheers.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There we go. Cheers, bevs with the best. That's
sweet as hell.
Yeah, yo, that's every candy at once.
It's a little past its expiration date, but you know, whatever, bro.
Fuck it, we're
That's
gonna die.
That's what you get
anyways.
when you go to a bodega sometimes.
Wait, what made you guess that it was?
Cause it wasn't as fresh, bro. That's how you know I'm a real fucking Red Bull drinker. I knew that shit was a little off. Cause
that's whoa. That's
really,
a bag of sugar.
I really like sour shit. Sour shit, it's crazy. And the fresh, when that shit isn't expired, hits you in the face.
Yeah, no, but I kind of feel it though. I kind of feel it. But Kiryano, that's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
What's the worst pronunciation you've heard of your name?
There's a video online of just footage of my concert I did a year ago, and the guy who recorded it, I met up with him, we followed each other on Instagram, that shit was chill, but he posted the video that he recorded of the footage, and he at the end of it was screaming my name, but instead of saying Kiryano, he was like Kiryano, and that shit was so funny, bro, because he was full chest screaming Kiryano, and you know, no offense to him, bro. I've love to him, but that's not how you pronounce my name. My name is Kiryano.
Mm-hmm. And what does that even mean?
And I got that name because it's my last name. And yeah, I just knocked off a letter at the end, and I decided to just stick with that. Mm-hmm. I used to go, but I used to have two names. Well, kind of transitioned from gamer tag to then I started posting shit on SoundCloud. Mm-hmm. And the first name I started posting under was Pear Play. That was it was a song posted by this one artist, and I just thought the title was really cool, so I just took that and made it my name.
Like pear, like a fruit?
No, like pair, like two people pair.
Oh, yeah.
Pair play. And then I thought that shit was corny, so I just changed it to something that I knew I wouldn't be, like, tired of because it's my last name. So, like, you know, and that shit sounds cool. I feel like people misinterpret it. It kind of sounds like almost Japanese or something like that, like something from, like, a different language, but nah, it's just my real name.
Yeah, but I mean, it is foreign though, cause you a foreign boy.
At the end of the day, yeah.
What?
It's some Russian shit.
What's up with growing up in Russia?
Nah, this shit was crazy for anyone who doesn't know. I feel like it is pretty well known for people who listen to me, but I wasn't born in America. I was born in Russia, and I lived there until I was like 10 years old. And I was born in Krasnoyarsk, and I lived there till I was 2 years old, and then my parents moved to St. Petersburg, and that's where I lived until I was 10. I was just growing up there, fucking going to school, playing soccer, playing the accordion, and then my parents were just like, yo, this country's kind of going downhill, and then they got the fuck out of there. And I'm honestly very glad that I moved to America, because, like, I don't know, I have no idea what my life would be like if I stayed in Russia.
I'm telling you. And I don't really know a lot about Russian musicians or Russian artists. Did any of those, like, leave an impact on your music?
Yeah, there was, like, in Russia, we listened to a lot of, like, American music as well. Like, I remember Take On Me. Like, that was a really big song in the early 2000s. I remember, like, my sister used to listen to that shit a lot, and I was like, yo, this shit is fire. But there's a Russian band called Kino, like, means film or movie in Russian.
That's hard.
And I'm pretty sure that might be a saying too in American. I don't fucking know. But the main singer, his name is Victor Tsoi, and he has like a really deep voice. And my parents used to listen to that shit a lot too. And that's like the only real, like, there's a couple other Russian rock artists, but they're not like too popular. But this guy, like, he was mad influential on, like, not just me and my family, but like Russian people in general. That's who I have on my profile picture right now. Like the black and white photo of like the dude just like sitting on the ground.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Little lore tidbit.
Mad chill. But then he got into a car crash in like the early 90s and died. So like rest in peace to bro. Big revolutionary figure.
I think about a lot like what foreign people think of like American culture. Like what did you first think about America before you moved here?
Dude, I don't even know, bro. Like, we were born in such a time where, like, consumerism and, like, online culture, like, for me, I just saw Spider-Man, and I was like, yo, this is so sick. That's how I found out what, like, New York was and shit, and I really cared about that shit, and that shit was in America, so I was like, okay, America is lit. And that's how, like, I also somehow, I played, like, video games, like, Need for Speed and Call of Duty. Right. And that stuff was also, like, mostly, like, it was American media. And, like, I got introduced to rap music through, like, Need for Speed. I remember having, like, a ringtone on my flip phone from, like, the Get Low by...
Get Low when the whistle blow. That one?
No. Not that one. But along the same lines.
Wait, what?
Fucking... Dude, bro, I forget the name of the guy.
Pitbull?
Lil Jon, I think.
Oh.
Hold on.
Wait, what song is Get Low and the Whistle Blow? You know what I'm talking about?
I've never heard of that shit before.
Oh.
Nah, my internet.
That's like a Minecraft intro music type song, I think.
Sounds familiar, but I don't think I've come across it.
Yeah, like, it's really cool to hear. Like, I wonder what... I can't wait till I have a British guest because I just want to ask them, like, when you are in history class, are you just like, yeah, bro, we took the L against America,
bro,
or they just skip past it?
I was only in Russia till the 3rd grade, so we were just like going over the basics. Like, we were going over some like Russian writers, and like we read some poems by Russian writers. Like, we didn't really focus on like history at that point too much. But then, like, you know, obviously in America shit was like way different. I remember going here in 4th grade and like instantly we started learning about the Revolutionary War and shit like that, and I was like, I didn't even know what they were saying, so I was like, okay.
Yeah. And did you learn like English like when you were listening to music? Like you were like catching on what they were saying, or?
Dude, I honestly don't I don't remember. I remember being really like obviously into Eminem like when that shit in 2010 when he just dropped his like recovery album. I'm not afraid. I'm not like that one was going crazy, bro. I was listening to that and I remember I just kind of grasped like the basics of the English language and I was trying to understand like the lyrics in that song and like he was just talking about so much shit that like I couldn't understand because it was like curse words and like the way he would be like describing shit like I would be like what is he talking about? But nah, I learned English primarily just by being in school and talking to people and like honestly like just hanging out with friends. I used to live in I don't know what to call it. It's just like a little like community like neighborhood, just a bunch of little townhouses. Like they're not apartments, but they're just like small houses. And there's like a bunch of kids there. And I'm like, I linked up with some friends there. And even though I could barely like communicate with them, eventually like I caught on. And it's crazy, bro, because I was like 10 when I moved. And like I caught on like pretty quick like how to speak English. Like it took me maybe like half a year to like get the basics down and actually communicate with people. But if I moved here a little bit later than that, bro, I'd be like fucked up. I would just not be able to learn English as well. That shit was crazy.
Is there words in Russian that sound cooler than the way you say it in English, or vice versa?
Shit, bro. I think Russian is just like English is such like a basic ass language. Like you know how people say like, oh, Italian is a really like pretty language. Like when people speak Italian, like it's sort of the same shit for Russian for me. Like it is more pretty and more like you can, especially in cursing, bro. Like you can curse someone out in such like a different way. Like yeah, but there's like way more like curse words in Russian than there are in English, and you can like combine them and shit to like make like new fucking combinations. And like in English, like we don't really like have that shit. Like I don't know, if you like go beyond like the basic like words, you just sound like corny, like you're trying too hard. But in Russian, it just comes off as natural.
Yeah, like a lot more badass.
Yeah.
Is there any Russian songs you've made like full Russian?
Nah, cause like I can't like. I speak Russian fluently still with my parents. I still like talk every day, but I just never tried like like I don't think I would be able to find rhymes easily. Like it would just be so difficult for me. I never even bothered doing it. And I know like a lot of my fans ask me to like make a song in Russian, but just don't want to do it, man. Like maybe I'll throw in like a couple like a line in Russian. Like I did that on a song that I didn't drop on my last album, but like I just do shit like that. Maybe in the future, like once I grow up a little bit, I'll do it. But especially now, like with the whole fucking like with all the bullshit that's happening with Russia and everything, like I'm just making songs in English. That's all I'm
there you go.
If y'all don't fuck with it, y'all don't fuck with it. If you fuck with it, you fuck with it. It just is how it is.
I mean, we're talking about lyrics already. What's your favorite lyric you've said?
Damn.
You got some good quotables.
Nah, I like Ball Like Ronaldinho from the Problem EP, whatever, and that song Kick It, because Ronaldinho is a soccer player. He's a fucking inspiration. I don't know, man. Like...
You really rap about, like, life.
Yeah, nah, the things I'm most proud of is, like, when I make something really not, like, corny or something. Like, I can't think of, like, hard bars, per se. Like, I can't, like, think of bars that I've said that are hard, but I can say, like, oh, yeah, Plead on Eyes Closed, like, that song. That shit is, like, fire. Because, like, what I wrote on that song was fully, like, what I felt. And I think it's like also a beautiful song. It's like something that a person can listen to and be like, yo, this is like about love. This is about like longing for love. And like I feel like that shit's hard. So I mean, it's not exactly a bar, but that's like the stuff that I really find like yeah, that shit's hard.
Yeah, like listening to your music is like searching for like a feeling or trying to get a type of feeling than like
yeah, bro. I mean,
some banger bars.
Yeah, and I mean, there's also like some of that like I don't know. I feel like that's why I like making music so much, because it's so multifaceted. Like, I'm thankful that I'm good enough at music to like portray any type of feeling that I want to portray. Like, the range of songs I've made is like pretty wide, and you know that's fucking awesome. That's what I strive to do.
Yeah, that's what I noticed that I like in the music. Like, it's not about what they're saying. Like, I really like Slime Cito's music, but I'm not double down in the dually with twin Glocks. But his energy is like what gets me hype, and like the beat, or like what someone's saying. Like, I may have not experienced like immense heartbreak, but like the way like you can hear the pain in the voice. That's the part about music I like.
Yeah, I think so. I think like the Slime Cito point is great, bro. It's like one of my favorite artists to listen to when I'm like going through a pretty rough time, because like for me, like, yeah, he's talking about some crazy shit, you know, but it's the way like he's talking about it, like it's believable. He has like, you know, passion in his voice, and like in his bar is just like clever and witty, and that shit's like awesome. I value that, and that's what I look for in the music I listen to and make. Shout out Slime Cito, man. Shout out Flu Hunchos for getting free.
No, literally after that happened, I literally believe anything is possible. Like, I believed it before, but now I'm like anything is literally possible.
Hey, if you just gotta manifest that shit, that shit'll come true.
Before GTA 6 is crazy.
Nah, for real.
What was the switch that flipped that made you want to get into music?
Dude, honestly, like Drain Gang, bro, like for real. Like before, you know, I started listening to Blady and just Drain Gang, like, well, you know, Blady is obviously like has made, I think, the most music out of the Drain Gang, like, you know, fucking gang. But like Echo's music, I think, inspired me even more, because Echo's like vocal effects and his flows went so crazy, and I feel like when I was listening to that shit in that time, like the Uli K and Echo song, WYD, I forgot the song name, it's like an abbreviation or something, but that song was like, yo, this shit is crazy, like I want to start making something like this. And that's when I like started pushing myself to just make shit, like make shit and see if I can make it as good as that, make it even better, see if like my imagination can line up with what I do with my hands. But like, yeah, before that, bro, it was just mostly I was copying like these like beats I would hear on SoundCloud. I don't know if you ever heard of this producer called Holy Rain. He like made like Bryson Tiller type sounding instrumentals. Like, they weren't beats, it was some shit he would post on his like SoundCloud, but like it would just sound like Bryson Tiller beats, and that shit, I was like, yo, this is awesome. So I like made shit like that. That's what like inspired me to start making beats. But then Drain Gang inspired me to start like singing.
And I feel like people like you like really took what Drain had going on and still has going on and like evolved it in such a way to where it's its own sound. Like, what would you describe that early Ivy League boys night out type stuff? How would you call it?
Nah, that shit was like, it absolutely is inspired by Drain Gang and Blady and Echo and Ty Boy and, you know, Young Lean. And like, I mean, I guess it can be categorized as like one thing. I don't even know if there's like a genre name for that shit. Like, I guess Drain.
Yeah,
that's like
that's the common like way you do it.
But then like,
it's really nothing like it.
Yeah, it's just,
if you had to like pinpoint something that's similar to it, it would be them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's not entirely, because you can't look at SG Lily's 17 again and be like, yo, this is
Blade,
the same thing as like Drain Gang.
It's
Blade.
not. It's
like not. It like the stuff we make is just colorful synth music made by like FL Studio / Ableton that has like a colorful trap inspired beat with like some fucking also colorful vocals on it, like as much color and as much melody on it as possible. And just because like Drain Gang did that shit like earlier and arguably first, like, yeah, it doesn't mean that we have to be like categorizing the same thing. But like you said, if we were to like describe our music as anything, it would be closest to that type of stuff. Yeah. But nah, that whole movement was crazy because like you know, it was different, but we were 100% inspired by that wave. It's just we took other aspects. Like for 17 again, I know SG Lily was probably definitely inspired by like Zan Gang's production for like the plug and B style arrangement and drums. But then, you know, all the synths from like Drain songs and stuff like that, all those ideas also combined with the plug and B shit could make something like that. So it's just, you know, taking all these ideas from the different types of music we listen to and making something new out of it that you haven't heard before.
Yeah, like hearing you describe all that, I feel like comparison always like makes things sound dumb.
Yeah,
like it's just like
to a degree. I mean, something always has to inspire a person. Nothing's like original. Like, nothing.
But I just like think it's just way cooler for it to just be its own. Like it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's still like, still just its own like thing, because once again it comes from a different place than like the Drain Gang people. They have their own complete other set of inspirations. So as long as that's there, it's always going to be different.
And how often do you think about those early days, like that time?
Dude, I mean, that shit was like a very special time. I think especially before COVID, bro. Before COVID hit. Because COVID hit and I feel like a lot of the online like hyperpop music started taking over. And like that whole wave kind of got cut short. But before like 2020, like the 2019 Dirtbag clips, like SG clips, like, you know, everyone was going crazy. And lucky because of like Ice Dancer had a big part on it. I feel like that was a big like, holy shit, like these beats are crazy. We're gonna try to make something like similar to this. But like once again, we took those ideas and made it into something crazier, like fantasizing. Like that song isn't remotely anything that you would hear on like Ice Dancer, but it does have the same melancholy vibe. But it's way more melodic and colorful. So, yeah, that shit was a crazy vibe, and you know, a lot of people kind of obsess over that time even.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you're one of those people that suffers from your old music's better syndrome. Like, you get a lot of comments and stuff like that, but it's just because, like, you know, obviously it's just so good. So.
Yeah, no, it was a special ass time. I feel still like the music that's at least like I'm working on now, it's always going to be better than the stuff like, obviously, like things like Venmo I'm so like proud of, and I don't think Venmo can be made again. Like, and in that specific moment, like I was just like, I'm gonna go for this fast like triplet flow on this crazy ass beat, and I feel like that combination is just gonna be an instant like success, like no matter like how the fuck you do it. And like I don't like doing the triplet flow. I feel uncomfortable doing it, so I haven't like done that ever since. But like, you know, and people will like hear that and be like, oh, he doesn't do that flow anymore, like, oh, he switched up his flow. But like, it's just, you know, it was an artistic choice for that specific song. Like, what are you gonna do?
What's your favorite song from that time by you?
Low-key,
like the big three, like Venmo,
like I really
Emo
like
Plug.
Venmo. I think
which one?
Low-key, I think
I like Angel the best.
Emo Plug is like, I feel like after the COVID shift, even though it was still during that time, that was after like I went to college for my first year. And I feel like my first year in college was like super influential on my like state of mind. Like I was just, you know, fucking geeking a lot in freshman year, and that shit like influenced how I make music. So all the shit I did before I went to college, which is like I think Evening was like the last thing. So yeah, I have my top 3, bro, for sure. Distance, like my favorite song from that time. Distant with SG and Glow in production. That shit is crazy, bro. Sometimes like I don't even know how I made that shit, because that shit like my vocals on that are so clean, and like even to this day, bro, like fucking Gibby came up to me like my last show, like saying like, yo, Distant is like one of the craziest songs. They still fucking say like, oh, fucking I need better friends, like that one fucking bar. I'm forgetting. Yeah, I just need some Dior. I need better friends. And like, yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm glad I made that song. And another one is Fantasizing too. Like Love Bug and SG. That's just an emotional ass song. Fucking Noskov did the cover. Like, it's just a bunch of legends collabing on one song before we even knew we were on some crazy shit like that. So, yeah, no, those vibes are just crazy. And like, I still get that same vibe from music now though. Like, when I'm right now, I'm working with shit on like Love Perp, and Love Perp's approach to like making melodies is so similar to how like what I envision when I'm like sitting down opening a project and like making a melody. And like that shit inspires me a lot. I'm making hella shit with him, and like the thing that I feel like was so different about those times back in like 2019 is I feel like I was a lot sadder too. Like I was I was a way sadder person back then. Like right now I'm kind of chilling, bro. Like, you know, I got it right. I'm just like chilling, making like art. And unfortunately, I feel like in art, you do need to have some sort of like crisis, and like you need to be uncomfortable almost to kind of get those emotions out of you. Unfortunately, you know. And I feel like I've kind of seen that shit in other artists too. Like whenever an artist would be going through a rough time in their life, that's when they would be like the hungriest and would be like, yo, like,
we gotta blow up.
I'm not even that. It's just like, yo, I'm sad as fuck. Like some fucked up shit is happening to me. The only way I can make myself feel better in this situation is if I sit down and make a song like with these emotions. And I feel like that shit is just when art is like at its peak. And I had those like I have those moments still, obviously. Like just the other day, like had a pretty like rough day, so I just came home and made a pretty good ass song. And like, you know, that's just how it works for me. I feel like I work off on those emotions, and sometimes it's positive. I feel like Venmo was one of those like songs that I just made straight off like positivity. I think Nothing's Fading is another example. Like even though it kind of sounds sad, the whole song is like a positive message. It's about like love not fading, and that was like exactly what I felt at the time. So yeah, it's just emotions and you know.
Like trying to recapture the exact feelings. Like, you know, I really liked Session because, like, you know, it is all with Love Bug, and Love Bug is the person, you know, you really pioneered, or just really the main prod in those early days. And like y'all coming together, not recreating it, but still having that same chemistry you had in a different way is really like special. That just shows the dynamic between you. Like you're both at this new stage. It was really cool to like see it come together, and I'm just glad that it just wasn't like a redo. You know what I'm saying?
And like between 2019 and the time I made Session, like Love Bug stepped up his game like hella. Like his melodies, his arrangement, and me with like my vocal mixing and just my ability to make a cohesive song. Like we both grew in those regards, and that was the result. I'm also very proud of that project. Like I still don't think I've made like a full professional like album though yet, because all of my projects except like the collections, like the 01, 02, 03 shit, that's like a separate thing. Like it's not really an album. Like I'd be releasing singles throughout the year, and then I'd drop it in a collection at a certain point. So that's like not really an album. And Sessions and Eyes Closed is just like 2 mixtapes that I have like with 2 prods that like I really like working with. Like Love Bug and Simels are fucking goated. Simels is crazy, bro. Like Shout out Simels and the melodies he makes and just, you know, everything. But I've yet to like make an album where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna choose the best Love Bug beat. I'm gonna choose the best like Simels beat, and I'm gonna put like all of these styles into like one full length project. And that's low-key where I think I'm going. Like, I want to make some serious shit, like where I just show off the best style in every everything that I have. But that's obviously, it's supposed to take a long time for shit like that.
Yeah.
So maybe,
but it's getting there though. Like, I feel like your sound has just like, you're getting close. Like, I feel like whenever it's time for the album, it's like really gonna be special.
Yeah. I've been collecting fucking genres and sounds like Pokemon, bro. And it's just gonna be time to, you know, get all that shit heard.
And you know, you've been talking about producer wise, Love Bug's your favorite. Is he your favorite to work with?
Dude, honestly, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I feel like there's a difference between like a favorite and who you think you make the best music with. So like, who's your favorite, but then who do you think you make the best with?
The best person I make the music with is definitely myself. Like, you know, like I used to not like using my own beats because I thought they were like too complicated and messy, but I got better at making the stuff that I want to hear and, you know, making the stuff that is like exactly what I want to like listen to. Like the last beat that I dropped, the spring 2025 one, like I'm so proud of that shit. Like, that's my best. Yeah, those are my best beats, and shout out to everyone who's on them. Like I said, Love Perp, they make crazy ass melodies for that, but like I'm just proud of the drums and arrangement. Like that's just hard ass beats. That's what I want to hear right now. Yeah. And like, yeah, I think I'm my favorite person to work with in terms of beats, but my favorite producer is Love Bug for sure. Just always been. I think he's so slept on. It's criminal. Like, you know, he should be up there with the fucking like Metro Boomins of this generation.
Nah, literally. What about like artist wise? Like, you've been kind of a little bit slowed down on the features as much as you used to, but like, what about artist wise?
Yeah, for sure. I've been like thinking about that too, low key. Like, I've been making, like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's not that I'm scared to like send people like features and shit. I just, you know, I want people to kind of that I can match with really well. And on Eyes Closed, I had a good amount of features on there, and everyone like did really well. That's why like you know, I was like for sure certain that's like, okay, I want you on this song and shit. But you know, I love working with Emotionals. That's my bro. Like, I always know he's gonna go crazy on the song if I send him one. Yeah, Dolly's just always been there for me since day one. We've been making crazy ass songs, and she's been like consistent since day one, making crazy ass music. Like, always fucking perfect mixing. Like, if there's anyone that I aspire to be like, it's Dolly, for real. Like, music wise, lyricism wise, shout out Dolly. And you know, recent shout out Y Hayes, man. Y Hayes also got beautiful vocals, beautiful like music in general. I think Y Hayes definitely needs to get more flowers. Like, definitely in terms of like the diary shit. It's not even like diary. He's super versatile as well. So definitely go listen to Y Hayes. Y Hayes is fire.
Not even K-Cat. Do you miss making it with him?
Dude. Cat, just because I haven't fucking, you know, worked with him in so long, he skipped my mind there, but 100%, bro. If Cat was still in the game, I'd still be fucking sending his shit to him every day.
What's your fave with him? I'm telling you, Angel is your best song.
I don't like that one. I'm dead ass. I don't like that one. I don't like how my voice sounds in that one. It's too like, yeah, bro. It's too, I don't know, corny, I guess is the way to put it. Yeah. But his part is fine. That's the thing, bro. Ket is also just always consistent. I remember every single fucking song he made was just crazy.
Bro, In My Sights, like, I think that song should have 1 million plays with, like, how many times I quote it. Like, I'd just be walking around like, I've been on my own shit, sipping on
this shit is crazy. Nah, Ket, I mean, is goated. But you know,
Or I think the one with LG. I'm forgetting the name. I feel like y'all had the best chemistry on that one, in my opinion.
Well, LJ.
With probably LJ and Cloudboy. What's that one called?
Oh,
Give.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like y'all like both had equally snapped.
Dude, that one I also don't like, bro. Like
What
my mixing sucks on that shit. But once again, like Ketamine carried that shit. Like shout out Ketamine in those times. The one where like I truly do feel like me and him match each other is Venno. Like that shit is goated for a reason.
Wait, why isn't it on your page?
Cause bro, he had like beef with like these people back in 2019, and they like struck down every one of his like songs, and they ended up striking down my song because like it featured him, and like I couldn't do anything about it, so I couldn't re-upload it. So you know,
motherfucker.
Yeah, I know that shit's mad annoying because then somebody else re-uploaded it and it has like fucking 300K. But whatever.
You can have that. We'll make some more.
And that's like a community classic right there. Like if you know, you know.
That's like one of the best beats ever.
Bro, I tweaked out making that beat.
Yeah, like I don't know what.
I came home after school. I geeked up and I made that shit in one day. Like the beat and just the song in general. I made that shit in like less than 3 hours. I don't know what came into me that day, but look-y, I feel like that shit. Like, if you do that to a song, if you just make a song so quickly, like a beat and a song. That shit is just gonna be fire either way.
Yeah,
that means
I really
you were
liked,
just on some shit.
Yeah, I really liked what you said earlier about just like doing it with the feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like just doing stuff when you feel like it, or when you have the true emotion. Like that's gonna be the best thing. You gotta trust yourself. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get those emotions out though, especially as like as I'm growing older. Like I feel like a lot of my emotions are like kind of repressed. Not even repressed, like shit is just kind of like, you know, I don't have a lot of highs or lows. I'm kind of just like steady right now. Like, just sitting back, you know, geeking up sometimes, making money.
And like at the time we're recording this, we're in March of 2025.
It's crazy.
So what do you think you 5 years ago would think about you today?
Dude, I'd be mad proud of myself. I'd be like, yeah, I'd just be mad proud. I never imagined any of this would even be possible. Like, I remember when I first started making music, I was just visualizing, I just want 1,000, like, people to follow me on SoundCloud. And that shit was, like, the top. Like, I would be, like, satisfied with that. So everything I've done, like, I'd just be like, what the fuck? Like, that shit's crazy. But, like, yeah, man, I just gotta keep going, gotta keep doing more shows. I want to go to Europe, like, in the next 5 years. I definitely gotta do a show outside of the United States. Like, that's my dream. Literally. I gotta get some links in and, you know, go on from there.
And there was, like, a Japan arc for you, like, mad at your cover arts were in Japan, mad flicks in Japan. Like, what was going on with that?
Dude, Japan just looks fucking sick. It's a very nicely designed fucking country to live in. Like everywhere I would go, I could just take a photo of something and that should just be like, yo, that looks sick. That looks like some liminal shit, you know, like that the armor cover. Yeah, I just took a random like photo of like the street that our Airbnb was at, and it was like 2 a.m. so it was obviously empty as fuck. But I was like, yeah, I'd imagine that I want to walk down the street every time I'm listening to this song.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks because I can't do that shit to New York because New York has so many, like, you know, cultural associations with it where it's like you can't feel like that same feeling of like, wow, this is so like different. Because like, you know, New York is like, we've been in New York for like
the day when we were hanging out, I was literally just like, oh yeah, like this is the same spot. This is the.
I'm sure if I grew up in Japan, I wouldn't have like the same feelings. But who knows, bro? It is a beautiful ass place. Beautiful place to go, regardless of how many people go there, what people say about it, like all the memes. It's fucking just beautiful. Everything's so clean. Everything has such a nice like architectural aesthetic, and that shit inspired me. Look, Low-key, like, bro, that shit inspired me hella in terms of just my imagery and music. I need to, like, recharge my vibes, go back to Tokyo again.
Yeah, no, we out. And, like, I feel like we've been talking a lot about the music, but something that I, like, had to get your opinion on. Like, honestly, you put me on. Like, you had the vet in 2017, though. Like,
nah.
Like, one thing, like, I had to ask about that I'm, like, genuinely don't think I asked you was, like, how'd you, like, get into the drip? Because they dead posted you.
Bro, yeah, nobody knows, bro. I'm on the Real Vet Mob page. I remember back in the day, like in 2017, they like feature people who tag them in their posts, and I ended up like taking a couple photos with a shirt I had, and they ended up posting me, and that shit got like 30,000 likes, which is insane. But nah, I got through that shit through Misogi, low key. Misogi started posting like photos of like his drip like on Instagram, and I remember he had the metal crew neck, like the metal logo crew neck, and then I saw, well, you know, controversial topic now, but back in the day, Kanye was actually cool, and he was wearing like the metal logo hoodie, and I was like, yo, I gotta have that hoodie, and then just started saving up money and fucking getting into the whole grailed scene, like reselling, buying and shit. And like low-key, my whole fucking like addiction to clothing and just looking like something started with, I can go into like a couple layers. It started like the hype shit started with Ijima, like the Bape jacket. Like that shit inspired me. I was just like, yo, I need to be like these guys. I need to have these jackets because they look sick. So that shit started that. I started going to like New York. I remember going to the Bape store in Soho for the first time. I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm fucking here. But like the whole obsession with just, you know, style and looking like something, I low-key feel like that's from video games and like being able to customize yourself in video games. I remember when I was like mad young in Russia, I was playing on my dad's computer, and he got me a Spider-Man game. I think it's Spider-Man for PS1. Not Spider-Man 1, like the movie version, like the actual like first game. And in that game you could like change your costume to like a bunch of different shit, and I was like, yo, like this shit looks crazy. And there would be like a 3D model of like the costume, and I would just like look through that shit a lot, and I feel like that inspired me. I'd like start playing with clay and shit, and I'd like try to make like the Spider-Man characters, and I feel like that slowly translated into me like, yo, like if you look a certain way, it can affect like what like people associate with you, or not like even that, like how you just portray yourself, like basically. And I started caring about that more. But yeah, I think it's from video games like that. Yeah. Low-key, like Halo Reach, bro, like customizing armor in Halo, that shit was sick. I remember doing that when I was like 10 years old.
Yeah. Do you think they've like ruined the drip, or you don't really like being on it for so long?
Like, what do you mean, like the Venmo shit?
Yeah, and like Valencia, like being an early lover, like.
I mean,
are you a gatekeeper?
Like, not really, bro, because at the end of the day, like, if the people who like really like it, like me, like they're always gonna be about that shit. Like, I'm always gonna want to buy like a cool Venmo hoodie from that era. Nothing's gonna change that. Like, I just really like the designs that are being put out during that time. But the people who just wear it because like, oh, Ken Carson wore it in his like music video, you know, if they like really like it and it affected them the same way that Ijima affected me, like,
why not?
Yeah, exactly. Even if like, oh, he's wearing the fucking Rick Owens Bellas with the Vetmon's Ecstasy hoodie, like, you know, a fit that's been done 10 billion times, like, who cares, bro? Like, he thinks he looks cool. He's getting fun out of it. Who am I to like judge like what the fuck they're doing? It's just, I don't know. The only time I would get angry about Venmos, bro, is if like the prices just like skyrocketed hella, which is sort of what happened, but it's always been expensive. So
yeah, facts.
You know, can't be mad about that. And the Balenci shit, like, also it's just so expensive that like all the people who are like corny and are just into it for the image, they just won't have the ability to spend so much bread on shit like that. So
yeah, if you had to like rank all your favorite things, like making music, drip, and soccer? Like, what's the tier
Bro,
list?
playing FIFA number one. Playing FIFA / PES on my fucking MacBook. I've been playing that shit since I was like literally 6 years old, and I have not gotten tired of just playing career mode, like just loading up a team and just playing against the fucking computer. Like, I have something wrong with me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's literally like
That's
since I
holding
was
you
that
back.
young. Yeah, literally, because I'm like, I spent a good amount of time of it, bro. And since I was young, like, that's the only like consistent thing that I've been like. I mean, I guess music too, because I've been like, I played instruments since I was young. But like that shit, I'm gonna keep doing it until like I'm in the nursing home and I'm like 80, bro. I'm gonna just have that shit on go there. But nah, like for real though, like making music, obviously, like even, you know, everyone has like beat blocks and shit, but like I've gone through beat blocks and it's just something that's never gonna leave me. Like, you know, we have that fucking music playing in our heads. We can't do anything about it. Like, you know, you fucking walk around like singing lyrics to songs and shit. Like, I know Emotionals is the same way. Like, every time me and him walk around, he'll like start fucking singing some like Drake lyrics out of nowhere. Like, we just have that music in us, bro. We like, there's nothing we can do about it. And like, it's always gonna be important for me to like release that music. But I don't know, besides that, like clothing always just gonna be important to me. Like, I'm low-key, I don't want to say like OCD or anything that serious, but like it's so important to me like how I look, because like if I just like obviously if I'm going to the gym, like I put on some bullshit clothing, but like, you know, walking out and about, like I want to look good. I want to put on some shit, like even to a point, like if I have a mismatching shade of black, like look at that shit pisses me off. Like, so like that shit is important to me. I want to look the way I want to look.
Right, or a farm man.
And then sports a close third out of things to do.
What soccer player would you compare your career to?
That's a good one, bro. Oh, I've been like low-key on the up and up for a while now. I'd say Jamie Vardy, bro. You might not know who that is, but like he's just a English player. He's like rowdy as fuck, bro. He's like mad angry all the time. Not saying I'm like that, but like he's just been like, he started from the bottom and then he just like fucking worked his way up. Like, he didn't have like a season where he was just like broke through and shit and became like crazy. Like, he kind of had a consistent rise.
Yeah, I feel like that's just way better.
Yeah, you just got to do it like that, because then, you know, if you just pop out too early, that shit got a lot of pressure on you.
And where do you see yourself 5 more years from now? Like, what's the goal you want to manifest?
I'll absolutely still making music. I want to make shows that like are more similar to that one show that you went to, like in the art gallery, where it's just a chill show. Like, you're not like at a concert fucking screaming, yelling like with a crowd. Like, I feel like my music is more fit for stuff like that. So I want to do shows like that in the future, 100%.
Shout out Jag.
I want to do like an acoustic album, low-key, like some shit that I could play with a live band. Like, I know Keegan did that shit. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I definitely think Keegan like played with some live, like with a live band or something, or at least like some of the artists that I know, like they've done that shit, and that's awesome. I definitely want to do something like that, because I feel like live instruments bring out like so much energy, like in a concert setting. So that would be really fun. And just to make music like that in general, I still like, I love rap and hip hop, and you know, that sound is going to be the core of my music, because that's what I grew up with. Like, I'm not planning on fucking switching and like, you know, just making pop and Damon Rush style music. But like, you know, I'll have like songs like Armor, where it's straight like, yeah, you know, I still fuck with that. My girlfriend fucks with that style of music, so I'm always gonna be open to making shit like that. So, you know, more shit like that, and just more music in general, man. I wanna definitely lock in a little bit more.
Yeah,
I need to make more stuff.
Well, it's time for the classic, the big 5 questions I ask every artist on the show.
Let's hear it.
Here we go. What is your most overrated song you hate?
LSD Racing Team.
Yeah, that one's really not that good. Yeah. They be glazing that one.
Yeah, I don't get what. I remember the night I made that shit so like vividly. Me and Andrew / Zai, if any of the OG fans know, it's my best friend, and me and him like I made the song and then I like went picked him up, and then we like went to ShopRite, and like we were just listening to the song in the ShopRite parking lot, and the shit was like super snowy outside too, so it was like a little bit of a vibe, and for that time like that song was just crazy, but. It's literally, that's all it was, bro. It was just me making music just to go hang out with my friend and listen to it. It was never meant to have, like, the attention it has, bro, you know? And I just think the mixing is ass. The lyrics are, like, fucking childish, bro. I really don't understand what the fuck people see in there, you know?
What's your most underrated song?
I got hella underrated songs. People need to stop sleeping on some of my shit, bro. I think Plead from Eyes Closed is one of my best songs, but that one's like so emotional, like it makes sense. Like people wouldn't want to listen to that all the time. Like all I listen to is like basically lit music. Like I listen to a lot of Osama. Like I don't turn my brain off. I don't like to use that like wording, but I like being lit. Like, I like driving in my car, fucking listening to the crazy-ass 808s and synths and Osama's flow. And, you know, I don't really listen to a lot of melancholy music. Mm-hmm. And I don't even really listen to a lot of music that, like, is similar to my stuff. The most, like, I'll listen to is, like, SG Lily and, like, Bliss and Emotionals. Mm-hmm. Like, those are the 3 that I really fuck with. And just, I won't get tired of. But, like... You know, for, like, my underrated shit, for sure, like, Plead from Eyes Closed. I think, hold on, I need to search this one up. But it's from Astral Beach. It's the second one. See, fuck, why don't I remember that shit? You know a song that
I really feel like is underrated that I like?
Which one?
The one from the Cloud Boy EP that you prod. That one that's my favorite beat by you, honestly.
Listen.
Yeah, you snapped on that.
Dude, there's like an OG like original version that I dropped on my second account. And like that shit is like even better, bro.
Bro, I didn't even get into that because they don't even know that you're LCB, because Kiryano really made the sit go flip.
Yeah, dude.
Don't even play.
Shit. Yeah, y'all heard the confirmation here first. LCB.
No, wait, but go ahead. Keep going.
Nah, the fucking, the Astral Beach song that I think is underrated. Mm-hmm. That song, Listen from End of Summer, is underrated too. It's really nice. I like, Lazy from Astral Beach. I think this one's...
You really actually snap, like, fire. With the self-prod. I'm like kind of realizing it right now. Like, some of my favorite stuff by you is with...
And I think a recent one that is kind of slept on is Silent, bro. And that single I dropped in the summer. This is one of my favorite songs that I've made and I produced. It's such a calm, like, serene song. Like, I'd love to listen to it while I'm flying up over, like, mountains on a plane. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the type of vibe that I hear from that. So, yeah, I just hope... I know there's people out there who also want to hear that type of vibe. I hope they find my music. That's always the battle of it. Mm-hmm. It's just, you know, getting the right people.
Mm-hmm. And what song have you made that made you cry?
Dude, I don't cry to music. I definitely cried to one of my songs before.
For me, Utilize, that one really gets me emotional. Like the pitch shift.
Yeah, that one's pretty good, but I don't think I've cried to that. I've cried to I Need You of Eyes Closed. I think when I was making that shit, I was like, it wasn't even that I was so sad. I was just trying to be so emotional. I kind of like made myself sad and like started almost crying. Let me see. if there's any other ones. Yeah, nah, I think I listen because of Playboi Carti's new album drop. I listened to Yamin the other day from his self-titled shit, and like I listened to that song so much when I was like 17, and that shit I haven't really listened to it since that time. And like just hearing that song again, that shit made me emotional. I didn't even expect to get as emotional from that as I did, and like I almost cried, but I didn't. I can't cry.
What's a song you'd recommend that by you that if no one's ever heard your music, what song would you recommend?
Oh, that's a good question, because regular people who aren't like into the scene, like ask like me sometimes. Yeah, shit. Like Nothing's Fading, I feel like is a pretty good one. That's like I feel like anyone. Armor, obviously, that's just like a pop song. Like anyone can fuck with that. From my recent ones though, like I feel like I've been making just a lot of that real 2019 shit that like you gotta really have an ear for it to fuck with it. I don't know. Eyes Closed, I guess. Dancing in My Room is fire, bro. Me and Y Hayes went crazy in that shit. I'm glad I performed that shit with him. That was fire. But yeah, definitely Armor, Nothing's Fading. I like those.
What old song by you would you go back and redo with your knowledge now?
Knots from Distant. I mean, from Evening, the EP with Distant. I feel like I really like the beat when I first made it, because I really like the piano in that shit is just beautiful. Like I really tried hard to make that the most beautiful song that like I could possibly make. But I feel like the drums, like I didn't make them as well. And I feel like I could just make a better song with that melody. So I low-key would go back and do that shit, but that's on my old computer. I haven't turned my old computer on in like 4 years. It is what it is. You gotta move on,
Nah, literally, we're growing. We're pushing it forward.
Motion March. Mode May.
Yeah. What are you about to do in Mode May?
Go to the beach, bro. I can't wait to go to the beach. I love going to the beach.
Summer vibes.
Nah, for real.
Wait, what were you going to say?
Action April.
Yeah, put shit in action in April.
Yeah, my birthday is in April, bro. Yeah, send me some birthday wishes. April 27th.
April 27th, 20. Wait, what year were you born?
2000.
Yeah,
nah.
That's gas with your old ass boy, with your grandpa. I'm just kidding.
Bro. Delete that shit from the video, bro. They can't know that I'm unk. They can't know that I'm old as fuck now. Dude, it's crazy, though, because, like, bro, 25, man. That shit is wild.
You're almost there. There, bro.
Nah, but, like, I saw a post today where Playboi Carti's, like, album features, like, they totaled all the ages and took the averages. And, like, the average age was, like, 35.7. Like, because Future is, like, 41. Like, Ty Dolla $ign is 22. Travis is, like, 33. Ty Dolla $ign
is not 22.
42. Oh. 42, yeah. So, like, there's just a lot of old heads.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nah, ages, you didn't choose when you were born. But 2000 is a gas year to be born.
I don't have to remember my age. I can just be like, oh, what year is it? And then I know how old I am. That's super fire. But yeah, no, like 24 been a crazy year, low key. 24 was kind of a slow year. I feel like it went by kind of slowly. I don't know why. Been working a lot.
Been grinding.
Yeah.
That year of abundance is coming. It's all gonna pay off.
Coming. Motion 2026. Yeah. Always have motion.
Motion always.
Jumbo June. Joyful July.
And then awful August. And then sexy September.
Oh yeah. Oh,
we're about
shit.
to get sexy.
Shit, goddamn. Didn't expect that one.
Well, is there anything else you want to get off your chest or something you want to finally address? Hold on, that kind of rhymed on bevs with the best. What does that?
We need to get you in the stew right now after this.
I'm trying to
hook
tell
up my
you.
laptop. I don't know, man. something I want to get off my chest. Y'all just gotta like love shit more. You gotta stop hating, bro. I like stopped hating at a certain point in my life. I don't know when it happened. I think around when I was like 20. Look, around when I met my girlfriend, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get yourself a person who sets you right, low key, and then you'll be chilling. But low key, if you can get yourself right though without a person, that's also chill. But like, I used to hate a lot, but now like I don't hate anything. Like, I can just like be like, okay, maybe this isn't for me, but like now I just like love hella shit. So that's all I had to get off my chest. Y'all gotta love shit more, and just appreciate stuff for what it is, because you know everybody puts an effort into everything.
Exactly.
So, you know,
think about it
love.
as like they were talking about you. You wouldn't want that stuff said about you.
Yeah. People just gotta be nicer, man.
Cuddle.
I hate I just literally said I'm not a hater. I started my sentence with I hate. Nah, but people just make hella jokes and shit about shit, and just, you know, be nice, man. Not everything has to be a joke. There's some serious shit in the world.
Smile.
So yeah, that's my little yap
what
session.
you make it. It's what you make it.
How you fuck with the Red Bull?
Honestly, it caught me off guard. It's like really good, but now I'm like hype. I'm about to edit this right now. Like, hell yeah. Like, hold on.
I needed this for the ride home, bro.
Yeah, like I'm feeling hype. I feel like it's like really sweet. So I slick prefer the OG Red Bull.
Yeah, I feel like the OG
I feel like
Red
the
Bull
OG one might be one of the best drinks on the show. But this one was really good. It was like sour candy, but
yeah,
like it's just mad sweet. It's like I just like poured the powder in my mouth.
You need to try a different flavor, bro. They got like 10 flavors of those. There's definitely one that you like be like, yo, I fuck with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I fuck with different ones. I fuck with the grapefruit one more.
Mm-hmm.
That one's like less sweet. It's more bitter. But shout out Red Bull, man.
Yeah, shout out Red Bull.
Keeps me going.
Shout out Bevs with the best.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Shout out Kiryano. Is there anything that people can look out for you for this year?
More music. I'm trying to drop more singles. I had a little pause after my EP, but now, hopefully by the time this is out, I'm going to have more shit dropped. More shit with my favorite producers. Mm-hmm. More shit with Lovebug, Simels, Bliss, Emotionals, the whole squad. You know,
7 as we going.
Not switching up on my bros.
Word.
You know, staying with the same gang.
That's
but then, you know, 2024, I met a lot of new people too, bro. Shout out Sochi. Mm-hmm. Shout out, you know, all the boys from Canada. Mm-hmm. That was a great year. And, you know, together we're going to fucking uplift music and keep going with this shit. Make some new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Kiryano. Thanks for coming on Bevs with the Best, the show where I pick the best Bev. I pick the best guest. They pick the best Bev, and we have the best sesh. And what's your final word?
Thank you guys so much for listening to my music.
Okay, that's like 5. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, it's a serious, bro. I gotta like give my thanks, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Gotta be genuine. Like, shout out to everyone who listens to me from America to overseas. Whether you speak English or not, bro. I love y'all, and I'm thankful that I got the opportunity to, provide something like this to y'all. So, thank you. And it's always love to y'all. Pop out to my shows, listen to more of my music.
Yeah, no more 2019.
No more 2019, bro.
We're in 2025.
Exactly.
Tom Brown, Loris.